Right, we're going to start this week off on a good one, let me tell you. All right, you're about to see a UFO, a real video. This is a UFO. You're about to watch it, and trust me, there is no other explanation. This is in 4K resolution, so keep an eye out between these two trees here. All right, you're going to see a lightning strike up here. Ignore it. Watch between this area here. Whatever this thing is, it's moving, I don't know, hundreds of miles per hour. Watch it. See? Did you see it? It's that object there, look. Right there. What does that look like? I'll zoom it in for you so you can see. That looks like the Tic Tac UFO, but because it's moving so quick. I mean, comment down below how fast you think this thing's going. But take a look again, look. Do you know the strange thing about watching all these alien videos? That they're always around storms. UFOs are caught often around storms where people will just be recording some lightning and they'll see it by mistake. And that's exactly what happened here. Leave a comment down below. Why do you think that is? It could be like War of the Worlds, you know, when all the tripods come and the storms turn up. You know, they come down in the lightning. There could be a connection there. So adding to the theory that I think UFOs are hiding in storms, check this video out. You see that triangle just there? Look at it. Just sitting there. And this was filmed in China. And how creepy is that? That this huge, mysterious, dark triangle was just sat in the clouds above them. No noise. Look, you'll just see the city. Everyone's carrying on with their lives. Going to work, going home, chilling. Doing whatever they got to do. And then right above them is a huge black pyramid in the sky. Look at that. You can see it clearly. What the hell is that? I mean, the guy that's filming this must have eyes of a hawk to notice this. But look, you can really see it now. What is that? I would stand there and watch it all day if it was me. But the interesting thing about this UFO, because that's what it is. What else is it? Is that it was seen above Russia and Dubai and now China. These big, dark, mysterious triangles that are just above the sky. How come we don't hear about this? This is the crazy thing. We know if a celebrity's got a new boyfriend or girlfriend, but don't worry. There's a huge UFO above the city. Don't worry about it.
Get deodorant that has no aluminum in it because it causes Alzheimer's. And use stainless steel pots and pans or cast iron, not aluminum pots and pans.
What did you say aluminum does to you?
Alzheimer's.
But you said it stays in your...
It's in your brain and it don't wash out.
Oh, got it.
And
okay.
So I didn't know that for a long time.
Yeah, I'm just starting to learn about it right now, but I saw that these were on sale and I was like, wow.
I'm real proud for you to do that.
Thank you.
Man, I didn't know that either. I'm going to have to text my fiance about this and let her know, because stuff like this we don't know. So if you're new to watching this channel, get ready to sell stuff, because the amount of stuff I've had to get rid of, you won't believe the amount of stuff I've had to get rid of because of these videos, and I'm learning stuff. So I'm hoping that you yourself can learn from this. But aluminium in deodorant, I didn't know that. And I literally just bought myself a creative new deodorant, so looks like that's going in a bin as well. I had to add this video in today's episode because this is unbelievable. All right. So apparently this guy was out drunk. All right. And this cow is walking him home. Just watch. I know what you're thinking, but just watch. What else is happening here? This is the strangest thing I've ever seen. I just realised I just called that was a bull, wasn't it? Not a cow. In England, you see something that looks like that, it looks like a cow to me, but that was a bull. This guy was drunk and the bull went and got him and brought him home. That's the strangest video out of the 1,000 videos I've probably watched in the last couple months. That's the strangest video I've ever seen. I mean, that's one way to use a drone. And of course, this is in England. I knew it would be in England before I even started watching the video. But you can tell this person obviously got a speeding ticket and he's fuming about it. Bought a drone, stuck a bin on it on a rope and flew that drone out there. Like, who thinks of that? That is out of the square kind of thinking though, isn't it?
You'll never want to doom scroll ever again after watching this video. Doom scrolling, what it does is it programs our brain to actually crave the cheap dopamine hits. And what it does to us women is it pounds our brain with different emotions. Like, women nowadays are like emotional train wrecks. Women are going through life super, super emotional, and they're happy, sad, joyful, depressed, like all in a day, all in an hour. But most girls don't know that their feed is actually designed to do that to them. Because our brain, if you think about it, it doesn't actually separate. It doesn't separate like real emotions from fake emotions, which is crazy. And the more that we train our brain to scroll, the more that our brain is like processing these emotions, and we're overloaded in the brain. We're mentally unstable because of all of the emotions that our brain is trying to process on a day-by-day basis, when we can slow it down a little bit. Once we stop scrolling, we'll realize that we don't actually have bipolar or ADHD or anxiety or depression, maybe even sometimes.
This is something I've been trying to do more recently, is to be present with myself with no distractions and just read a book or something. And when I first started, it was really hard for me to actually engage in the words and listen and take in the words. I'd get to the bottom of a page and be like, no, I ain't read nothing. So it is true. If you're someone that finds themselves scrolling, try and stop, because it will only be good things if you stop doom scrolling. But it is true, it's frying our dopamine.
You didn't survive 2012. You have been dead for 13 years. There is a terrifying theory that the world actually ended on December 21st, 2012. On that day, scientists at CERN turned on the Large Hadron Collider. The theory claims they pushed it too far and created a black hole that swallowed our Earth instantly. We didn't die. We shifted. Our consciousness was transferred into the nearest parallel universe. But this timeline is broken. Think about it. Has time felt faster since 2012? Does the sun look white now instead of the yellow you remember? Everything feels off because this is a simulation running on backup power. And you are just waiting for the server to crash.
Do you know the strangest part about this video is that the company CERN, the ones that are trying to make portals to another dimensions, they turned their portal on in 2012. There is something strange going on. Like, I know a lot of people feel it, like something's off or something. It's like an unsettling feeling within ourselves. I know a lot of you feel the same because you tell me in the comments, but if you really know what I mean or what this person means, then let me know, because there is something not quite right with time and the way everything feels. Something is definitely off. Let me know down below if you really know what I'm talking about.
So we're on the Euphrates River and we've come across these really old water wheels which are still in use. I mean, they are amazing. You see the pegs that are sticking through them, and these clay containers that you see here were attached to those so that it would pick up the water and then dump it in an aqueduct that ran along here out to the fields.
Thing is, I know we're all taught people were dumber back then, but I don't think that's the case. I think we're dumber now because those people didn't rely on technology for anything because they didn't have it. They had to think and use their hands to create. But it's quite impressive how they came up with this stuff. But imagine what the human race could have done and where we'd be now if technology never came. Right, so this is very exciting. I've been looking forward to watching this with you guys. So what we're looking at here is an alien orb. You see those alien orbs that are all around the sky? We've been watching a couple videos on them. Now, this is a 4K image of one. The person that took the photos was by a guy called Chris Bledsoe. I probably butchered the name there. And this is his daughter who's talking about it. This is crazy. And she's going to go through like all the different photos and stuff like that. This is possibly the first time we've seen alien orbs in 4K. And I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for doing this, but who cares? That's what I always say. If this video gets taken down, you'll probably know why. Let's see what they got to say.
This is an orb filmed by my dad, Chris Bledsoe, at the State of the World Forum in December. We were at Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. I was next to him filming with my Psyonix camera. It was not as high quality as this because this is a Lumix fancy camera. I don't know the specs on it, but watch. This is Peter Osborne, who you may know from YouTube. He edits our videos sometimes so that you can see different spectrums
Wow.
of orbs and phenomenon. But look at the inside of how this one moves. I dare you to tell me that that's a satellite. Oh my gosh.
Definitely
No,
not.
that's swamp gas. No, this was literally coming out of the ocean, okay? We saw this come out of the ocean and move around, and then later another one came and joined it, and they like split in two. This is another version of the orb. You'll see it in the bottom left. But what he's focusing on is other ones that I could see, you know, kind of faintly in my Psyonix, but other orbs that were flashing. This one was flashing around it. Because usually there's not just one orb. There are probably many that you either can or can faintly see, or you might not be aware of entirely because you're focusing on one at a time. But we had a lot of little flashes happening around this one that was coming.
Look at that for a second. What is that? We could be looking at an alien right here. These orbs are everywhere. And I've been saying for a long time, I hope someone gets a good video of one. This is it. This is the video right here. And when they're flashing like that, do you think they're maybe talking to each other? I mean, there's a possibility.
Out of the ocean and moving along the horizon. Yeah, look at that. These are not aliens and UFOs, guys, like as you would think of them in the movies. You know, they're not coming here. They've always been here. This is probably my favorite view of this orb because there's actually something that appears that you might recognize. Look, just in a moment, you'll see some right there.
Whoa, what was that?
See it?
It's going to show you again. So this is the original coming in just a moment, and then you'll see all of that again.
It looked like writings were in the middle.
Right here is the original. Watch as we move the frame. Not edited. This is the original. No AI added stuff. There are numbers and letters in there.
I told you, didn't I? See? I figured it out. I said that they're communicating. I mean, I'd be a bit surprised if they were using our English language. That would be a bit of a push, wouldn't it? But you can't be surprised of anything nowadays. I mean, imagine if this orb just said chips or Coke or chicken nuggets. Imagine how confusing that would be. You'd see this alien orb and then they look at you and go,
chicken nuggets.
yeah. Yeah, that is incredible. So shout out to the dad and daughter for getting that footage. This is crazy. I mean, if this is 100% real, like she said, and that they didn't edit anything, alien orbs are writing to each other. Let me know your theories down below. That is crazy. I know this is going to sound really strange, but I'm going to say it anyway. I often wonder, I look up at the sky sometimes, and I often wonder if there's a being out there like me who's wondering if I exist. The same that I do, thinking if he exists, but he's sat on his planet wondering if I exist. Does that make sense? What it would do if aliens actually came here and landed, and we could have because I don't think it is like it is in the movies, you know, that this big metal UFO lands, a little dude with a meathead gets out of a laser gun and just starts lasering everyone. I don't think that's the case. What about if we have a conscious, intelligent, friendly alien that could come here and just you could have a chat with them. But there's just so much out there. Space is so mysterious, but in space, Earth, we're like this big. Not even that. We're like a grain of sand on a beach. So when you think about the worries that you worry about in life, they really don't matter. And I'm a person that worries as well, of course. We all do. We all worry about something. But what's really happening in the grand scheme of things, worrying about little things doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is your friends, your family, and your health. Those are the most important things in life. Because we are so weak. We're such a weak species. Like, we can boast and say, yeah, look how fit I am, and look how rich I am, and look how amazing I am. And then a flick of a finger, you can get an illness, and that's it. You know, I read a quote this morning, and it really stuck in my head. It said, there will be a day where you will see the morning and you won't see the evening. You will see the sunrise and you will not see it set. That's mental when you think about it, isn't it? And it's so sad as well, because it's true for all of us. It's a sad truth, but it reminds us how delicate life is, how fragile we are, and that we should be humble and always appreciate others, and to not be boastful and prideful, because we're all weak beings, really. In the blink of an eye, death could knock on the door, and we don't know when that day is. So we should really live life. I don't want to say that saying, live life like there's no tomorrow, you know. But just to appreciate life a bit more. And like that girl was saying, step away from technology, be more present with people, get away from the phone, get away from distractions, spend more time with yourself. Maybe start reading, maybe go out in nature a bit more. Because we're spiritual beings, and we need, I think all of us need that solitude and peace. The spiritual fulfilling things. And doom scrolling and all these things is bad for us. I know that was quite deep. And we covered all things there. Aliens, death and technology in 4 minutes. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the amazing support. I truly don't deserve you guys. And I read comments saying, Ben, stop saying thank you. Never going to happen. Alright? And while we're on the subject of gratitude, I'm grateful for all of you who support me every single day. Without fail. You guys turn up every day and take your time to come and support me. That is unbelievable to me. That's unbelievable. And one day I hope we can all, I'll rent out a massive restaurant, burger place. I'm going to do it. We'll all have to meet in one city, and I'll just book a restaurant. Flipping it is going to be expensive. I'll book out a restaurant and we can all just meet there. How cool would that be? And how many people would be willing to do that? But I think that'd be great. You know, just sit there, have a chat of all, meet each other. I think that'd be cool. One day it will happen. God willing, if I can, you know, because it is true, tomorrow's never promised. But if I'm lucky enough to live long enough to get to that opportunity, then we'll do it. Why not? Life's too short, eh? But anyway, let me know what you think about that video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I hope you all have an amazing week. And I'll pray for you. I don't care if you want me to do it or not. I'm going to. And I'll see you all tomorrow. See you then.